I'm Jeff Rounce. I'm the CEO of Business Examiner Media, and we sponsor the Top Places to Work program and have for about 13 years. This is my partner, Lon Wilson. He is CEO of Albers & Company, Wilson Albers & Company, Connect HR. You have a lot of jobs.
We do.
But all of them in supportive type fields for this program, and Albers & Company is a sponsor again this year for our Top Places to Work. So thank you for allowing us to drop in on your lunch hour and bring you the results of the 2017 Top Places to Work. I think before we get into that, because many of you are pretty familiar with the program, and I'll recap in a moment, but I think it's important that Lon explain why Albers & Company has been a part and a sponsoring part of this program for all 13 years that we've been doing it. Lon,
thank
would you do
Jeff.
that, please?
I appreciate that. Yes, and thank you for allowing us to be part of this event today. And Albers & Company is our local employee benefits organization. Our sister company, Connect HR, works hand in hand with Albers & Company and our clients. And we're delighted to be part of this celebration and recognition today. My good friend and late Steve Albers opened Albers & Company in 1985 to assist employers in attracting and rewarding the type of workforce that would best support their mission. And later in 1995, about 10 years later, his brother Jeff Albers joined Steve in the organization, bringing his expertise with financial markets and retirement plans to help round out our employee benefit offering in the company. And I'm pleased to say that Jeff continues today as a key leader within our organization and represents us well here in the greater Tacoma, Pierce County marketplace. But more specifically, Jeff, to your comments, our values and our philosophy as a business go hand in hand with the Top Places to Work program, and so we've been delighted to be a supporter of the program, I believe, since the beginning. Yep. In 2005? It's
12, 13 years.
Yeah. Something like that. Maybe, we've also been lucky enough to be an awardee as well, and so we've been in your shoes and know what it takes to be a great company. And so congratulations to you guys for that, and we look forward to the continued sponsorship.
Right. Glad to have you with us. Thank you, Lon. We'll bring you back up in just a second.
Okay. Very good.
Let me handle some nuts and bolts. For those of you who are new, how many were with KMB 2 years ago? Were. Okay. There's some new faces, so let me explain. Top Places to Work is a recognition program that identifies employers who really have a super place to work. They care about their people. They recognize the talents that they have. They have a company culture that is supportive and embracive of the greatest tool that any company can have, and that's quality employees. Your firm, KMB Architects, or KMB Design as it was before, right?
Yes.
Has been a part of this for a number of years, and perhaps Mark will explain why in his remarks later on. But what we love to do is to identify and illuminate, spotlight companies that are doing terrific things as an example, as an inspiration for other companies to emulate some of those things. Our process has a nomination coming from someone here on the staff. From that nomination, then we send a questionnaire out to the HR person who has to really connect with the executive suite and answer a whole bunch of questions. That then triggers an employee survey where we asked your employer to share an email link with all of you to go online and complete an employee survey telling us honestly, what do you think about the place that you work? We try and make it clear, and it is true, that while the company sees the aggregate results from that, nobody at the company knows which of you said which thing. I don't even know, and I have access to the survey. It's a blind survey, so you can truly be honest. And I know that most of our companies really value that kind of input. You may feel somewhat awkward, although in the great culture here, probably you wouldn't feel awkward. But we have other companies where employees would like to give feedback, but maybe don't feel it's appropriate, maybe don't feel it's safe, or whatever. So the survey does get that. We take those results of the nomination, of the employer questionnaire, and the survey, and we deliver it to a couple of human resources consultants who have been working with us for several years, and they then provide their observations based on their expertise, out of which comes 5 category honorees. And the categories are appreciation, gratification, equity, integrity, and solidarity. And I've been looking around the room and out in the entryway. You have a number of those categories from past years. We also have an overall Large Employer of the Year, Top Place to Work, a Nonprofit of the Year, Top Place to Work, and this time it's a mid-sized employer, Top Place to Work for 2017 in the South Sound. So let me share with you some of what those judges saw based on the information that you gave, based on the information from the questionnaire. They learned that this is a 30-year-old company, rapidly growing dramatically in recent times, and it would mean more than just improved facilities. You've actually been adding great people within those facilities. It's now the largest architectural firm in the South Sound. Congratulations. Size isn't everything, because who wants to work for Boeing? They're huge. You'd like to work with people that are great people. Our judges found that the whole mentoring concept that you have here at KMB is truly extraordinary. It doesn't happen everywhere. I hope that you all know that. But for you to be growing a succession plan in-house is really an awesome thing. It's a great opportunity. It speaks to the future of the firm, and many of you are younger than your CEO or Craig or some of the other gray hairs around here. So I'm pleased that you have an interest in the future of the firm, because that is your future too. I would just suggest that none of us, or none of you who haven't reached that mark, want to be finding a new job at age 50 or 55. So if you can keep your company growing and being prosperous and doing a good job, odds are you'll always have a job with KMB, which is really pretty cool. 70% of the managers at this firm, we were told, have been promoted from within. Admirable. You have this ongoing relationship in the community, South Puget Sound Community College, great resource, and you, by partnering with them, are helping their educational process. You're also helping the whole community, because you're finding employment opportunities for those people in the CAD or the other programs over there. It's very unusual in today's workplace. I hope you realize this. It's very unusual for an employer to pay 100% of your health insurance premiums. I mean, I was noticing the neighbor across the street here is one of the union, or across the hallway is one of the unions representing state workers. The state government doesn't pay 100% of the premium for their workers. And most private sector employers don't. Not only does KMB, it also, I'm told, pays 100% for the spouse coverage. How often do you see that, Lon or Jeff? It just is, it's extraordinary. That's a huge benefit for you, because the practice here, the program, values you so highly. I've learned about the paid time off and the holiday program, which is very generous also. Charitable contribution matching. That's like what they do in the big money companies. Microsoft does that, and some of those big guys, so it's truly admirable. Flex time, I'm told, happens. Work from home when it's appropriate. I think that's part of today's world. In the employee survey, if you recall, there was a section that was an open box and said, tell us, give us some words. We'd already done 30 questions of agree, disagree, strongly agree, and so on. But then we said, what's great about working at KMB? Some of the answers were truly interesting and positive for the firm. KMB is a great place to work, one person wrote, because it's clearly understood that everybody here has something to offer. The up-and-coming millennial group offers and presents ideas to keep the company moving forward. Somebody else said it's a very professional organization, but the feeling in the office is like it's home. To be able to get that feeling, it's really unusual. It is a culture of affirmation. Again, if this is early in your working career, perhaps you don't realize how well you have it here. Another write-in comment says, we design a variety of buildings. The purpose and goal in all of these projects is to elevate the human experience through design. I would assume that makes sense to you. That process is a really magical thing to be a part of. I'm not in architectural design. I can only imagine how that feels to be able to really put your creativity to work and end up with a project that the client loves and the customers or the employees of the client are just as happy. So it's my great pleasure to invite Lon to present our award for 2017 South Sound Top Places to Work as the outstanding mid-sized employer to KMB Architects. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now I put that microphone on you and it's your turn.
Wow, so this is pretty cool. Thank you,
Congratulations.
Lon and Jeff. You know, this award is really cool, really important for us here at KMB, and so I should thank you guys first of all. I should thank my partners. You know, a couple of them aren't here today because, you know, we're actively engaged in business. But Craig and Ed, thank you for your leadership and your mentoring. And I should thank everybody in this room because without you guys, we really don't have anything. And so to kind of call it for what it is, right? It's really affirmation, and this program that you run, you know, I will just tell you, I think what a wonderful program. You know, we here at KMB for years have talked about a culture of affirmation, right? And so really that's what this is for me, is it says to, you know, the leadership in the firm and our whole team that hey, you know, you're doing something right. You're doing something the right way, and so that is really appreciated from that standpoint. You know, we also, in addition to that culture of affirmation here at KMB, we talk about you know, service, and we talk about service to our clients, and we talk about service to each other. And really getting a hold of that in the right way. And so, you know, when you talk about best places to work, right? Well, what is that? What makes a best place to work? And I think it really does come back to that issue of service. We get the continued business because we're all focused on that servant leadership and that service to our clients, right? And they're the ones that come back to us. You know, we're proud about the fact that 70% of our clients are all repeat clients, and that comes through that service. And then the other side of that is really about service to each other within the firm, and that's where that mentoring comes into play. And you know, I can't help but point out people like Mr. Schilter here, who is one of our partners and one of the elders in the firm. And then as you pick your way through this firm, look at people like Bob Maben back there, the guy with the beard, and Bill Matthews back here. You know, these are the senior guys that have been in this firm for a long time and really understand that service to each other thing and that mentorship. And then, you know, the obligation of the leadership in the firm to really know everybody in this firm. You know, to be successful, we have to know what Grace here, what her career path wants to be? What are her goals? And then how do we facilitate that, not only for the benefit of what we do, but for her benefit? What training, what mentorship needs to happen for that individual to be successful? You know, our younger architects, you know, what are their goals and how do they get my job? You know, it starts with us hiring people that are a lot smarter than me, and I think we've done a lot of that.
That's good.
Okay? But then how do we help them get there? How do we help them be successful? That's that service to each other. And there's, you know, I don't take credit because the camera really needs to be on the people that are in this room, because I'm just part of that. And so with all that said, thank you. This is a really great affirmation to KMB, and with this team behind it, I'm really confident that we can just keep it going, and with the great clients that we have, it's a great business to be in, and I hope we continue to just do the right thing.
Congratulations.
Yeah.